You're on ABC Radio Queensland and on the ABC Listen App. Are you having a good day today? Maybe you're having a not so good day. Bad days are inevitable, but you've got to try to keep soldiering on sometimes. Psychology expert Dr. Joe Lukens is with me to talk about good days and bad days. Good morning.
Good morning, Susan.
I would ask you if you're having a good day today, Dr. Joe.
I am, thank you. I am having a good day.
Oh, that's good to hear.
So far, so good.
Those bad days are inevitable. I guess that's just part of life, right?
It is. And we certainly know that we ask people, are you having a good day? We do evaluate them, and it's like we can take all the minutes of our day and make some sort of global assessment as to how they're going. And what we also know is that how our day starts off can often flow on through the rest of our day, partly because of the way we think about it. So it's great that we're talking about this today.
Yes. So what are some ways, if we are having a bad day, what are some ways we can turn that around?
Yeah, some great ways that we can do it. One way to do a really helpful reset is simply to get outside. And aren't we in glorious conditions at the moment? I was fortunate that I had to park a little bit further away this morning to get here to the studio. So I walked in the sunshine. It was glorious. So we know for a lot of us, it becomes a reset point for us when we get outside. If you can look out and you've got nice conditions around you and you can see the sky. We know going outside into nature helps people around anxiety and depression. So we know that's really helpful as well. And the other thing that happens is when we're stressed and not having such a great day, we tend to hold our breath a little bit. So just getting out there and breathing is a way that in this moment, I'm okay. And so it's a great one just to get outside.
Yes. And you often do. You walk out the door and then you
Yeah, my go-to is actually I hang out a load of washing. If I can feel myself having a moment, which doesn't sound the most fun thing to do, except I get something done and no one follows me out there. So it's a little bit of quiet.
One way to get some me time. What are some other ways that we can maybe try to help us get through the day if we are having a not so good day?
One thing that probably won't surprise people if I suggest this is to give someone a phone call, give someone a call, but not so much for what you might think. So you might call someone because you want some help from them, which is a great strategy. But what if you called someone to see if you could help them? So there's some really good research about one of the best ways to get ourselves out of our own head and to feel better about ourselves is to help somebody else. So even though it might feel like the moment that we least want to do that, reaching in and helping someone else, we actually know it's one of the greatest sources of happiness is to help others. So giving someone else a call and seeing if you can cheer them up by default will also help to cheer you up as well.
Looking outside yourself, what about things that you can do at your home?
So little things, and I think this is one of the important things, is that when we are feeling like the day isn't going so well, it can feel everything's too hard. So sometimes just the tiniest little change. So maybe there's something you've been wanting to do at home. You want to put up a picture, or you're just getting some weeds out of the garden, but not like weed the whole garden. Maybe there's one little patch where you can do it and you look back at it and it feels like you've accomplished something. It could be cleaning up a bench. Maybe there's a drawer in the kitchen that's been bugging you for ages. So what I would say is don't take it all on. Don't say, I'm going to clean the house. That'll make me feel better. That will not make you feel better. What you might want to do, though, is find one small element at home that you could do, and then that flows on and makes you feel much better.
Just those little achievements across the time. Sometimes you've just got to go, okay, today is a bad day.
Yeah, today's challenging, and today I've had a couple of things go wrong, and I'm not really enjoying what's happening, and some difficult things is what I'm facing. And I think sometimes, even though that's not the most pleasant thing to think about, accepting it is really helpful. We can never move on until we accept something. Don't have to like it, but accepting it is a helpful thing. And just going, today is a bit of a day, but also knowing that days are temporary. You've probably had a good day recently, and so you're not too far away from the next good day.
Yeah. Even just things like a bit of a distraction can sometimes help too.
Yeah, it can do. And maybe it's a distraction that you can look forward to, because we know looking forward to something is fun. So even if in the morning things aren't going so well, I might think, but there's that show that I want to watch on ABC iView or something like that
Nice work, Dr.
that I want to work,
Well
fit it in where I can. And so tonight after dinner, I'm going to sit down and watch that. So having something to look forward to, and it might be something as simple as a movie or something like that, can be something that can put a little bit more of a spark in our day.
Yeah, and for me, sometimes it's even just a song. We were talking about music last week, and sometimes if I feel that I'm in a bit of a funk, I just go, okay, I'm going to listen to some songs that I like and just try to change up the rhythm of
Absolutely.
being caught in that spiral of,
Yeah.
oh my God, I'm having a bad day.
Music is such a great mood changer, and that's an excellent suggestion to include that in the mix as well.
Have you got a bonus tip for us?
I do. Maybe we need to think about our language around this. Maybe it's not a bad day, and particularly if it's not even quite 11 a.m. It might not be going so well today, but who's to say it's not going to be awesome by 2 o'clock?
Exactly.
So maybe it's not the whole day that's bad. It's just in this moment I'm not enjoying what's happening.
And sometimes it is some of those things of just stepping outside of it. Like I like that 5-minute, will it matter in 5 minutes? Will it matter in 5 hours? That sort of thing, just to get some perspective, because sometimes you let it spiral and then you have had a bad day, but you could have kind of maybe caught yourself out of that
Absolutely.
earlier.
Perspective is so important. And if you've decided it's a bad day, you can be pretty sure it will be.
Dr. Joe, this morning we've been talking about the next big thing in regional Queensland. The Big Pineapple is reopening tomorrow after some love. It got some love and attention. Do you have any suggestions for what could be the next big thing in
I do love that
Queensland?
news because I grew up near the Big Pineapple, so I spent many of my childhood years going
Oh.
there and on the Nutmobile and all the various other attractions in that part of the region. I was thinking about it coming in, but I'm going to steal that fantastic suggestion you had about the big umbrella up.
Oh, yes, the big brolly.
Yeah,
yes.
I think that's cute. I like that.
Yeah.
So I think that would get my support. So any of those attractions, and again, getting out into those tourist spaces and appreciating other towns, it's a great thing for us to do.
Yeah, go exploring. Thank you very much, Dr. Joe, and we will check in with you again next week. I'm going to read some more of the suggestions that we've got through for the next big thing.